Kind of similar. Yeah, one technical note that I think I've been fighting like an illness or something for the past 2 days, so I will be, yeah, kinda coughing from time to time and being like slower than usual. Probably same as last week, to be honest.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll probably be keeping Koron in the background, having him deal with some lesser shadows or something. Because sadly Donut can't make this session. And I think this one will start with like bookkeeping us in the visions and the loot. So maybe loot will be slightly quicker. So let me copy and paste. I've already rolled for all the items.
Oh wow, 2 rings of Rat Fang.
Yeah, a roll for that was pretty shit.
Yeah. Elemental Strife. Oh dear.
Yeah, you guys can take the natural armor because I got my mighty fist for my neck.
Plus 4 competence bonus and charisma check made to interact with gnomes.
+2 on similar checks when dealing with Fae, and a -2 on everything else.
Why?
And you can read, speak, and understand Gnome.
You get some neat spells like abilities, but why? Oh wow, Elemental Strife is actually really good.
What's that one do?
Gives you resistance 5 against the nearest elemental, and allows you to ignore any damage reduction elementals have.
Isn't there one of the native outsiders that also comes as an elemental? Wait, no, I think they're all genies. Maybe the positive energy one? I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, not sure. Anyways, essentially combining the items that you have found, kind of surprisingly, and the fact that you've known about Kurobozus, how they are made, especially since Azra got a nat 20 on that check. It kind of coalesced in my mind that essentially this portion of the monastery, maybe in like ages past, this order in this section, was kind of straying away from its teachings, and they were doing some pretty morally questionable shit. Because as Kurobozus describes that these are the monks that they do not necessarily have to die from bad stuff, but if they are breaking the go against the teachings of their order, or basically go like, you know, like an anti-paladin, and they die, they might return as Kurobozus. So that kind of works. And essentially I'm doing like a small, maybe not really a retcon, but like a small altered description that essentially this is not the only basement that the monastery has. This was just like one of the staircases and one of the underground levels that you reached, and one that was sealed off to avoid any
Well, that sounds wonderful.
I mean, to be honest, like I wasn't reading that deeply, so I'm not sure if Rat Ring will make that much of a difference for Zillow, but maybe, I'm not sure.
I mean, as far as I can tell, it's an extra attack.
Now the question is, would that be considered a primary or secondary?
It says as a primary.
I'll look into it.
You'll also look more like a rat, so yeah, that's the price you pay for power.
So I have been. What the fuck?
Now, my question is my character back to full life, or?
I think we decided to take a rest, so we're back to full HP.
My computer's slowly dying.
Oh no.
It is Not quite frozen, but the step before that.
Oh no.
Oof. That's not good.
If you can restart it, now would be the time.
Alright. Well, continue without me, I'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
See you soon.
Okay. I mean, if Zach won't return, then we'll know that his PC died. And I need to like bash my thing, so like I won't like. How the fuck do you say that in English? Hold on. So I don't jam it? No. Jinx it. Jinx it.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the meantime, I think what I can do is that do the visions that you have gotten as you have even temporarily, but still died. So we're gonna leave Azrax for last. Zidol, you picked Axis. So essentially, what happens is that in this brief moment of darkness, as your body perished once more, your vision returns to the familiar sight of that cold, frozen passage coated in snow during a blizzard. The same one that was the place of a meeting between frost giants and those two unknown humanoids with their super scary summoned creatures. And because you see this as a vision, and this actually is something that you have witnessed already once, you have a different point of view, and compared to Zixos, you have a better chance of actually... and this is actually a question to you. Would you rather hear something new or see something new that Zixos was not able to last time?
I would say C.
Alright. Alright, so as this this scene flashes quickly through your mind, Zixos only saw like a flash of light or something. However, you, witnessing the scene from a different angle, you see as these female humanoids that, now that you are looking closer, one of them actually probably that would fall under knowledge. If fiends and whatnot would fall under planes? Because they count as an outsider, I think, yeah.
Sorry, could you say that again? Fiends and...
Hold on, I need to I have a freaking handout for this. Why am I not using that? Planar magic... essentially, okay, definitely. Yeah, one of them definitely feels to you like a fiend, as in, actually as a succubi or succubus. And the other one, you get a strong feeling that while you are not an expert on the matter, it's most likely undead, like an intelligent undead. Or just someone that uses a lot of necromantic energies.
Ooh, check his tongue. Does it look like Gene Simmons' tongue?
Not really. Actually, as a reminder, I might as well put the tokens. Have I uploaded them? Yeah, I think I did. And yeah, the most important thing.
Oh no, they're right behind us.
Yeah, so that one's the succubi, and that one looked like an undead. But more important, you see the scene Zero where they were summoning the creatures when they raised their hands. A symbol that you have already seen once before briefly flashes on their hands, and that's when the creatures arrive shortly after. And this is the same symbol you have been already seeing a few times before.
Oh, that's not good.
Hmm.
Simple, you remember about which one I'm talking about, yeah?
Not off the top of my head right now because I was.
Alright,
Oh,
so
something's-
yeah, the handout is still there, so this symbol.
Mm-hmm. Yep, LOR symbol.
Alright, and that's... So, essentially like the big information thing from this is that, yeah, whoever these two are, they seem to be connected to this entire thing. Alright, and that was essentially your stuff. I'm gonna... Zach, you are back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright. Azrak, you have picked the devil. And what do you see in that brief moment of undeath or death? You see underground, but instead of finding caves full of darkness, moss, damp air, you see a large, cavernous, chaotic city. As in chaotic, not that there's like an anarchic chaos in the streets, but the civilization that lives there doesn't really do, like, it's not big on order. And as you look about, as your vision, your eyes are like going through this weird city-like stronghold, you notice that it's being occupied, no, not occupied by it, its denizens are goblins. Specifically, the Hylian goblins. And what's important is that this is all around it, and the central piece of this vision, the titular devil, is that your spiritual gaze centers on this weird, arcane, like goblin tech cage that or rather cages that seem to be housing captured devils. And your gut feeling, your instinct tells you that, well, they are being used in some way, because they are definitely looking weakened, like drained. And while the entire structure around them, at the first glance, wouldn't be looking that sturdy, but for whatever reason, it continues to work. And as you see that, the vision of this molten-like chaotic stronghold of Hylian goblins of the Hellmouth tribe disappears from your sight. And then, last but not least, Zexos picked 7. So, what this vision does is that you see 7 different figures. Not fully, more like their shadowy silhouettes, but from how they move, you are able to discern the type of creatures. And two of them you have already met before, because one of these silhouettes represents a huge, terrifying dragon, the same one that you have witnessed before. The other one seems like this cloak-like, gargantuan, like colossal spectral figure. And then come the new ones. Let me double check so I don't mix something up. So, for the remaining 5, the first one, at the first glance, resembles it is a humanoid figure. You get the feeling that it's a human, but not fully. It has fiendish blood coursing through its veins, and it's definitely large. Like it gained a lot of power during its life, and in its hands, you essentially see this like enlarged version of a meat cleaver. This brutal, primitive, savage weapon of death. And then come the next one, which this one actually would also be like a normal, but this one, yeah, really normal, like humanoid figure, like a medium. But it also gives like vibes, more like fiendish vibes, as in like a half fiend, almost like a fetchling. And what's weird about this one is that this individual, having more feminine aspects of its body type, seems to be very regal, has this presence of authority around her. Again, you don't see details, but it seems this being seems to have a mask on it, and what it holds in its hands, at first, like you don't see, like you think that it's like a broken blade, but then there's like, and you see this stick of light coming out of it, and there's like a essentially like this blade made out of pure light cutting through the air. Above the board, this is essentially a lightsaber. Obviously red in color.
Obviously.
Okay. Then comes the different creature, one that you might not have heard about before, although you may want to, like, you can roll me knowledge planes to see if you can even like heard the name of this type of creature.
18.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, with an 18, I'm gonna say
20?
you recognize one name. I mean, this is technically okay. So
22?
maybe after he returned from the vision, he like talk about it. So after the vision ends, you will talk about the others. So the silhouette that you are seeing and the feeling of power that you have, you don't know the details of this being, but a word, the name, kind of is you're reminded of Akvan, specifically Akvan Prince.
Akvan?
Akvan, I don't know how do you like pronounce it.
Aqua. Okay.
Auckland?
Oh, Kavan.
That would be
Akvan.
Swedish pronunciation. Akvan.
Sounds Swedish. Does it actually mean something in Swedish?
No, it sounds like something, but it doesn't
Okay.
actually mean anything.
So like American English, got it.
Yeah, it's like similar to some words, but it's not actually a word.
Okay, and the last two.
That sounds like both my language.
Yeah. And the last two. One of them is Glabrezu. This one definitely feels like this massive hulking brood
Glabrezu.
from the hells. But this one is not your typical Glabrezu, but even through this shadowy silhouette, you know, you have a feeling that this will be like a very tough nut to crack, because this one just wears heavy armor.
Oh dear. Well,
As in-
Zach, looks like we're gonna have to kill this guy, and he's gonna revive.
As in above the board information, this Glabrezu has fighter armor master class.
No,
As in
quite rude.
levels in that. So his AC is out of us. And then the last one, no new check is not needed, and you see, actually, apart from the silhouette, you see this like brief, like a flash where this creature was, and you see it actually somewhere in the forest, perhaps even on this island, and then
Oops, sorry.
cheers, and then or Gesundheit, and then from this being there's this wave of power, and then the trees, the foliage around it just dies within 30 feet of that creature. And then yeah, I will just not Julius, Zixos might recall a name, but not all of the facts, but the name Tree Raiser.
Oh yeah, let me just go find the picture we used in our old Eternal Wanderers campaign. What was it again?
Tree Raiser. Now that's a name we haven't heard in a long while.
So yeah, as a players,
Did we actually ever fight Tree Razor, or did we just kind of leave him be?
We kind of just left him be.
Yeah, I don't remember if
using
there was-
this
I don't
this
think you have
picture
fought
for
with
her.
it.
Or pictures like that one for him.
Although Pathfinder actually has a picture of it, because this is like
Oh, really?
some sort of a demon lord.
We all know it's just a imp in a freaking car, just racing down.
Hold on, because the fucking thing doesn't want to.
Mhm.
Oh god.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
The freaking the googly
that-
eyes.
that's the
Blah,
thing.
blah, 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 blah. I like how we have this guy, but my picture is clearly the superior. It's just gonna be an imp driving around that thing, chopping things down.
All I have to say is, remember, there was an animated crane. And I just used the picture of a crane.
Yes.
I mean,
to clarify, Matt, And,
the old D&D editions have like mimics for everything, like mimic wall, mimic floor, mimic ceiling.
they were in a
Mimic.
wizard's tower, and the wizard had a crane to move stuff from one floor to another, right? Makes sense. And as a wizard, he cast animate object on it. And then he went insane, and all of his creations went insane along with him. And so the players get attacked by a crane, and one of its attacks is a grapple, and then it just drops you to the floor below.
Noise!
So it's not even a danger to them at the point they fight it. It's just a hassle, and it was hilarious.
It was. I like so love that Zach was just like, wait, what? It's a crane? Okay, give me a second here. And went and took a literal picture of a crane and put it there.
Or maybe it was a crane like the bird.
We were making jokes about that, but it was a literal crane.
So yeah, now above the board, you are aware that because you can like with this intelligence scores that you have, you can figure out that probably these are the 7 evil summons that have been brought to this world, and each one of them is a fucking terrifying threat should you ever encounter it.
Sure.
And yeah, I think that takes care of the visions.
But yeah, I mean, as they say, lumber. What's it called? What's the name that lumbers? Tree cutter? What's the name of a tree cutter?
Lumberjack.
Logger.
Lumberjack. Logger, yeah. Logger is the most dangerous job in the world, so yeah, it's gonna be a problem fighting that logger, dude.
No, I was reading a story Actually, I think it was Overlord I was actually reading, and it mentioned
Mhm.
how lumberjacks are actually fucking terrifying in a world with monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have to be able to fight off monsters while cutting down trees.
That sounds hilarious, not gonna
So
lie.
kind of like that one.
Yeah, they're all just Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
That is Arnold, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
that's from Commando.
Mm-hmm. Also, Zach, nice sending in loops in the chat.
Oh fuck! Watching Simple's GIF, I felt that pain. I mean,
Yeah.
that had a chance of killing the guy. If it struck his balls hard enough, then he might have died from the shock.
Oh, and then it goes around and hits him in the back too afterwards.
Yeah, that poor dude. Mm-hmm.
Like, oof, fucking hell.
See, I have a hard time. Like, I generally have good control of my empathy, but when it comes to that, it's just oh. Like, I have a hard time watching parkour fails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you feel the pain. Oh yeah, with the loot and visions taken care of, I would imagine that you have once again came back up, rested, ignored the pointed looks from the monks and from Hyesun Klao, and then returned once more for the third time
Mm-hmm.
back down.
Why aren't we just sleeping down here?
Mm-hmm. I say we go up just in case we get ambushed. I'd rather be ambushed with a
That's
bunch
fair.
of monks. Mm-hmm.
So we don't even take a rib. We just kind of like sit down next to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be changed back to Little Pig.
Yeah, I was going to
Mhm.
ask that. Yeah, I was going to go.
I just kind of slump over after a while, and the monk it's like, no, he's fine. He'll get back up soon.
Mm-hmm.
He's just sleepy.
Yeah, he's just sleepy. Like Sixer's right next to him as well.
Alright, because at some point the temporary resurrection wears off, and then you go to very hard sleep for 2 to 6 minutes.
Couple minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
We're just
for
talking
fucking
with the
11,
monk.
that was a really long nap.
It's like,
Mhm.
we're just talking with the monk, and it's like we just fall over. It's like, oh shit.
Uh-huh. And it's like starts panicking. Bring the healer, and the rest is like, no, it's fine, it's fine. Just trust
Yeah.
me, it's fine.
He's not breathing. Yeah, that's normal.
Mhm.
I was not
yeah,
aware.
he tends to do that.
I was not aware my cooks put the special herb in my tea. Anyways, after all of that,
Enlightenment. Mhm.
yeah, you return once more, and as a reminder, you've heard a dripping sound coming from this side, which
Mhm.
combined with Zeal's vision, you imagine there are some oozes waiting for you down there, and then up front, deeper down the corridor, you felt this heavy, cold, chilling presence of a
Just
potentially hard adversary.
Just checking. The element of the amulet of elemental strife hasn't shown any sign of lighting up, has it?
I need to remind myself what the item actually does.
If he's within 60 feet of an elemental, basically, it needs to be an outsider. It lights up
no.
in the same color.
There are no elementals in this dungeon.
Mhm.
Alright.
Yeah, oozes are not elementals as far as I am aware.
No, they are oozes.
Yep, there are no elementals. So ball is in your court. Team, what do you do?
Okay. Alright, Astrak, lead the way. I'm a bit tired, so I'll lead you do it.
I head north to the oozes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just realized something. Fun about oozes is that they are not immune to grapple. I could squeeze an ooze to death.
Oh.
Well, now.
Yes, they are not.
Ooze wrestling.
Oh no, is this gonna be mud wrestling with orcs?
Except there's only one orc and he's wrestling with the mud.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coron says something along the lines of, "I will cover your back," as the
Thumbs up.
lesser
Mhm.
shadows begin to manifest from the evil of this place. And yeah, I imagine as you begin to like come down, the oozes will finally stir from their rest. Because sadly, there's really no way of surprising them, seeing they have blind sight.
Yeah, it's a pain to get past.
Alright. Very well. As you begin
Possible, but that's one of the hardest ones to do.
as you begin to come down, you may roll your initiative.
Alright.
They have -5.
Ah, 8.
Watch them get nat 20s.
With a -5, you still rolled a fucking 18.
What a Chad.
Oh, yeah, but the other one.
I think it would have been hilarious if they went first.
It's like these are some of the slowest creatures in the world, excluding you guys, as the ooze is just fucking blitzkrieg us.
Except for that one. That's one we call him Lightning.
Judge. I wonder how. Oh god, those are big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how-
black puddings are huge.
Oh dear.
What are they?
You may actually roll knowledge dungeoneering. I mean, as soon as you'll be able to see them.
Yeah.
Chixus does not have a clue what a noose is.
You don't even know what a news is. That's right. 'Cause you didn't even get that.
It's Victor Von Ooze.
Yeah, without a perception check, you don't need a perception check to hear that there's through the rubble there's like a stirring noise, and you hear this like sludge like sounds emanating from the room. So whatever is down there is clearly aware of your presence as you are coming down. And Cheruk, it is your turn.
Alright. First up, 5-foot step over here. Now that I see it more closely, I can roll dungeoneering.
Do you have a vision on that?
I got a small glimpse of it.
Oh, right, because you have the night vision 60 feet. Yeah. I don't know why I thought that you guys have 30 feet of vision. Okay, so combining your dungeoneering checks. So you're aware about basic ooze traits, obviously, which fuck, I might as well just.
Are they were they immune or resistant to piercing?
Hold on. Actually, I don't.
I think it's precision damage that they're resistant to.
Slashing and piercing weapons. Actually, okay, but so this is actually specific to a certain type of ooze. So, the two ones that you are seeing, these are black amorphous blobs. And that are like these quivering mounts of midnight sludge. And yeah, they are huge. And regarding the damage type, this is like very important to be aware of, because they have split. So yeah, slashing and piercing weapons deal no damage, and it just like splits the creature.
So if you split it enough, it gets fucked. So,
yeah, I would say that they're not that rare. So with those checks, you would also know that they are extremely easy to hit. You just like miss them on natural one because their AC is 3, and they have whatever happened here seems to be like, despite the fact that maybe they didn't have that much to eat over the past decades or centuries. They seem to be very like brimming with power, energy, whatever powers the oozes, and yeah, they have 140 hit points.
All right. Well, time to get to shooting.
Oh dear. Mm-hmm.
And just a reminder, yeah, they do not have any other defensive abilities, but they also do not have any vulnerabilities. Yeah, getting into melee can be problematic because if they hit you, they may attempt grab as a free action.
Mm.
And if they grabbed you, then they also have a constrict special attack.
Oh,
So-
this is pretty tragic for Zack.
So
And they're using his own
essentially-
tools against him.
So essentially, and they also have corrosion, acid, and suction.
Nice. So I automatically miss on a natural one, correct?
Yes, always.
All right.
Not one is a
So
miss.
that's 2 hits.
Yep.
No, that's Simon.
Yeah, but what?
That's the mini shot. You hit. That's just damage.
Oh, right.
Oh no, yeah, the mini shot is damage, but yeah, the third attack is. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Last question: what damage type are you using?
Piercing on the arrows and fire alongside.
Then yeah, as I like, yeah, they have split, so piercing damage will do nothing. It will split them, and
I mean,
then
it does something. It splits them.
yeah, it splits
Mhm.
them, and then the fire damage will go through. So actually, I should probably do the. Yeah, damage first, and then like split them. So that's 5, 10. Yeah, so 10 points of fire damage. And hold on, if they are split. Actually, it doesn't say that they get smaller, so hold on.
2 identical pudding, each with the original.
It's with half, so that would be.
I would say shrink them down to half size, so
I mean, yeah.
it fits better with the battle map.
Reduce them by one size category each time they get split. I think is the way to do it. Mm-hmm. They're huge right now, so they're large, medium, small, and tiny, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but I won't be rolling new initiative.
No,
Okay.
just keep it.
I guess that's all. I'm gonna assume yes. Zexus.
Yeah.
They're laying off to the slime. Wanna see what happens? Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. How fast are they?
Turns out they're sprinters. They have 70 feet movement.
No. Sadly, no. Okay. Okay, so this one will move like that. And it's still on the floor, but it's seen that it's like almost touching the wall, so it has no problem of like sucking to the surface and then like climb. And the other one will be doing the similar thing. Actually, this one will. Yeah, I'm gonna do this like like that, with an icon of. That is essentially it's like climb 10 feet on the wall. So for now, that was their turn. Zixos, do you continue the link or?
Move up here. Switch stances as a swift action, and I'm going to make an attack against both of them. This is all a thunder damage. Actually, no, to do so, I need to be a bit closer here. 10 feet, 10 feet. So yes, this is against both of them with +2, so 22. Yeah, okay. Actually, I just remembered that it auto hits.
Yeah, unless you roll a 1.
Yep. That's
So it's not slashing but thunder damage, yes?
Yes.
Alright.
Basically, I just nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so sadly because they got smaller, they do not have reach. Okay, so that's 15 points to both of them. I could argue about like cover on this one, that this one is on the wall, but
I mean,
no
it's
need.
up to you, but yeah, same thing. Technically, I'm -2 to all of my attacks, but it doesn't matter because their AC is so low, because I'm making it thunder, not... Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I'm rambling. It's
Zil.
important.
Let's see here. I can't. It's in the way of that. Alright, I'm gonna delay till after Zach's character because I can't do what I want to do with people in the way.
Alright, Azrak, it is your turn.
So you're saying I should probably move for you?
Mm-hmm.
What's in the way?
As in me charging.
Okay. In that case, I will move there, so I'm not in the way.
Alright. You do not provoke because they do not have reach, however, as the timer icon suggested, this one had prepared action. As you get closer, it lunges at you. As it tries to... As this nice black ooze tries to hug you. And reduce you to nothing. To digest you.
Nom nom. Also, depending on how
But
the
it-
GM rules it, an immortal being eaten by one of these is kind of a horrifying fate.
Because you're constantly being devoured.
Technically no, because the Eternal template has something about that. If you are about to be resurrected in an area that would instantly like kill you again, the body teleports to like the nearest safe area.
Nice.
It's something like that. But yeah, with a natural one, Azrak was kind of like expecting, and the ooze just like sluggishly tries to lunge at him, and yeah, without a problem.
I respond in kind. Does a 27 grapple it?
Yeah, they have 17 CMD.
Take 16 constrict damage.
Nice. Do you just like grab its tentacle and like this is how you do it as you pull it towards you?
Right, and also you begin to crush it. That's they definitely do not split, and they take 16 points of damage.
You're going to reduce it to nothing, Zach. You're just gonna crush
Oh,
it
for
till
fuck's
it
sake.
disappears.
For -16.
Oh,
I
no.
don't think constrict damage even has damage time. I think it might be true damage.
Holy shit.
Alright.
It is physical, so it does hit.
Does that thing was
but-
your reaction counter or your standard
Yeah, that was
action?
just my standard action.
Oh, okay.
Just I'm fucking
Squeezing it out of existence.
Nice. Okay, so I guess that's your turn.
Yep.
Alright, Zillow, the path is free.
Alright.
Technically
You're
there's
probably
some rubble, but For you, it's
I-
like no problem.
Yeah, I am taking a chance here because I'm going to charge and pound.
Oh, and of course that pudding is grappled, I guess.
Well,
Which means it cannot take attacks of op. However, this one has reach of 10.
no.
Which means as the still not large pig having questions, Zilol, do you have the rat fangs on you? Like,
Right now, no.
no, okay, so it's a pig that doesn't look like a rat yet. Charges forth. The pudding is slumbering form will like tries to lunge at you and eat you because you are a
You're
very
looking
nice,
for-
delicious meal.
You're looking for 22.
Nope.
Now,
Alright.
hear me out.
Mm.
I think this would stack. You could wear both.
Yeah, it does bite attack stack for some dumb reason. You will turn into a rat-looking pig, but you know, price of power and all that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure his fur would just get a bit coarser. You'd probably get some even more pronounced teeth, which, you know, wouldn't be horrifying at all.
True. Alright, I'm going to go into Blood Rage as free action.
Yeah, as the
Oh,
sludge
dear.
just splashes against your form and just like dissolves, you just power through and then launch at this fucking thing.
Alright. And sadly, I do think this. Wait, I wait for this to update. Come on, baby, update. That is the one thing that I dislike about my character is I have to wait for everything to update before I can actually attack to make sure the attacks are the right numbers.
I mean, there's the refresh button on the sheet, which might speed things up.
Yeah, because I hit the recalc button. That's usually is what takes a while. Because yeah,
Ah.
it was originally telling me 12 melee when it should be 15 melee. Alright. Oh, here goes. Numero uno.
I mean, for these enemies, as long as you don't roll a 1.
So that's
Yeah.
blunt,
This is-
piercing, and slashing. So it has blunt.
Yeah, it does all three.
Yeah, for this I'm gonna say it doesn't split because it's like more of a headache if I try to figure out what does it do.
I mean, I was kind of hoping forward to him splitting it 7 times and then getting hit 7 times back, to be honest. But you know, such
Oh,
is
that's
karma.
coming.
I say just wait for the claws.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
dear.
coming.
Hold on. So yeah, that's sneak attack doesn't go through because yeah they are immune to that, but that 25
Yeah.
damage definitely goes through.
It's like, where was that the last session?
Yeah.
Alright.
And let me guess, you do have a pounce.
Yep, so I get to go full. I can do a full attack.
Mhm.
Because I have a pounce maneuver now.
So once per combat, basically.
Yeah. Iwan the Foot Tiger also has this, as in, I mean not like a maneuver, but he generally has pounce as his like ability.
All right. Anyway, where comes the rest of the attacks?
Yeah, I was just waiting.
Yeah. Alright, so that's
That also has blunt. Okay.
22.
Gotta say, I enjoy seeing enemies HP bar.
Natural 1.
That's a 1.
So yeah, that's somehow that's a miss.
Tears apart some.
Okay, and that's
That was-
piercing, so that splits.
Yeah.
Do you have any like other bludgeoning attacks?
Yep.
Okay,
the
so I want to like do
other
the
two-
damage first,
Yeah,
and then
Hoofs are both bludgeoning, so.
You need to get your tentacle attack.
that's gonna be one split. Okay, go forth with other attacks.
Alright.
All right,
Okay, can you take tentacles multiple times?
so that's for 16.
I don't know. I have to look into it.
And that's another bludgeoning for another 16. Alright. Anything else?
The hard one to get would be slam attack.
That'd be it.
All right. So yeah, it's gonna split.
Not slam, wing attacks.
Yes, just because like a freaking one of those high angels with like 6 pairs of wings.
Let me fix my AC real quick.
I wanna split
Yeah.
it like that.
The true end game is getting yourself to be a gargoyle before getting all these extra attacks.
There we go.
Why?
Okay, I'm not gonna be
Gargoyles
changing
first.
that, but I think I figured out why the rule itself doesn't state that they get smaller, because technically speaking, if I make them like smaller size, some of their stats would be adjusted, but I just don't want to bother with that.
Yeah, you don't adjust the stats. They get smaller. They have the same stats for all convenience sake and purposes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Yep.
Alright. So here comes the vengeance of the slime.
Alright, you're looking for 20.
Alright. So that's they only have 1 attack each. So that's 1.
There's
Okay.
a lot of natural one coming from the slime today. Mm-hmm.
Motherfuck! Alright, they completely whiff. They are mindless, but they are still reeling from the amount of punishment you have delivered unto them.
I feel like it's not even the reeling, it's just the physics. They haven't quite gotten back to being close enough to attack him from like flowing.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that's probably better description. Alright, Cherik, your turn.
Alright, 5 foot step up.
I mean,
Uh,
there are the ones next to me in Zixis.
yeah, so we'll attack the one in front of Azrek.
You're gonna shoot. Don't shoot it. I'm grappling it.
Oh, sorry. The one above you then.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
I'm crushing
sorry,
this
I,
thing.
sorry, I didn't see the grapple.
Wow! Holy shit!
What is this natural one fest?
God
Oh,
damn it,
you're,
Simple. Why did you give me your shitty dice?
I gotta say that's probably the reddest attack roll I've ever seen.
Okay, so that's 1 point of damage, and then this one splits into 2. But yeah, I'm gonna be splitting them up to medium, and then I won't bother getting them
Yeah.
smaller. I mean,
Makes sense.
I will still be splitting them, but I won't be making
yeah,
even
no,
smaller
no, no.
tokens.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Just covering everywhere.
Okay, so that would
Good
be
lord.
25 and 24, I guess.
He just stares at his bow in disgust and confusion.
So that one will be 25.
He just like throws it on the ground, just like fuck this. I'm going on break. I'll see you guys in 15.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm gonna do it like that. And yeah, okay, so these ones were not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
Release the grapple on the big one so I could fuck up the small ones, or keep grappling the big one. That's the question.
Okay,
Keep
so the
grappling.
big one.
You have a second hand as well.
What the big one can do actually?
That is true. Well, I do have a second hand, but I don't have greater grapple yet. So
Well-
still takes the standard action to grapple.
You are
No.
grappler, so remind me, Zach. I mean, first he has to break the grapple before he can attempt to grapple you.
No, he could either he could make a grapple check or an escape artist check, and if he makes a grapple check and passes, he can either choose to take control of the grapple or break out.
All right. Yeah. So two can play the game. So the ooze that we are grappling. Yeah, it tries to control the grapple, and it tries to like reach forward, like you holding me, I'm gonna hold you.
Also,
okay.
Zach.
So that's its roll for grapple.
That grapples me.
All right.
Also, Zach, by the way, you don't actually need to grapple them. You can just hit them with your fist. They're small. They're smaller than your fist or equal to your fist. So it's
So, grab only works on creatures your size or smaller.
Yeah, but your fist counts as large.
I actually
wow,
need
that would
to
actually-
remind myself how the construct
Fuck, I
works.
forgot about that.
That actually would have grappled me.
Sorry, another question, because technically it reads that, and I'm not...
Constrict just happens on a successful check.
Okay, so it applies right now, yes?
Yes, right
Alright. Alright, so... You take 2d6 plus 4 plus 2d6 plus 2d6 acid.
Okay.
Technically... No, he's not targeting your armor specifically, so...
Don't get into armor damage, please.
Yeah, not gonna, because that's like I'm reading that and I'm like, fuck that, it's way too much math.
How do I say? I remember something like, how do I say? When the GM takes up the armor damage rule, things are gone bad.
It's like technically included in the base rules as well with that is if you hit someone, you can damage their armor if you do enough damage, just because that's why it has hardness, kind of thing.
It's just that no sane GM would ever use those rules for their own mental stability.
It's just too much record keeping.
Yep.
Much more than
Alright,
needed.
so for the rest of the split things, so this pudding move, we're gonna move like that, and it's at this point it's connected to the ceiling, because the entire room is like, let's say, 10 feet up. And I'm gonna say like both Azrak, like it is a valid target.
Is it a 5-foot stepping or moving normally?
I think I'm gonna
Drum
say
grapple, like a
because it's an ooze, it has suction, so I would consider that for an ooze like a 5-foot step.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking. It's perfectly reasonable.
Another creature probably no, but this is an ooze. It can hold to very different.
Yeah, it's just shuffling around the ceiling.
Yeah, it's like suffering and like trying to like, while Azrak is being held, like from the top, it tries to like bonk him and like dissolve his head with acid. So yeah, tries to.
Acid.
Yes, I know my pronunciation.
Yeah, I was making fun of you.
14, even grappled, I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yeah, that's no.
Okay.
My AC doesn't change when I'm grappled.
Alright.
Nice.
Okay, this will be a little fucked. So this won't be 5-foot step, so it probably will provoke from Zixos, because the other one is still like on the ceiling and it tries to go like, around the corner like that.
What is this nat one gaming?
So yeah, as the other split ooze like passes through its brother, its kin, and then it like slumbers towards Zixos, and both of you like enraged. Somehow Zixos like, oh shit, and then you like whip again. I don't know. This is like fucking 10th natural one in this combat.
Yes.
And then
Zixos, roll me a d10.
Me?
Yeah.
And then
Oh no! Fuck your fumble rules.
the ooze.
No. I'm just seeing how close you swing to my head. Okay, not close.
Or lops his head off. One of the two.
I'm pretty sure 15 misses, Zixos.
Yeah, this is me. You're looking for 22 or 24. I need to update my AC.
Those
I think I
are.
may actually have the lowest AC in the party. Actually, no, that still belongs to Zilla. Never mind.
Well, it depends. If I'm raging or not, I think I'm up to about 20, 22, 23.
I have the lowest AC in the party.
22.
How about you, Zach?
I'm at 21.
Okay. So you actually do Ah. Mm-hmm. Who wants? Actually, we should probably ask that. Who wants the amulet? Do you want it, Azrak?
I
Mm-hmm.
already have it. Have it on natural armor.
You
Yeah, I
already
guess
have-
that. As I say, I don't need it because I got Mighty Fist. I can't put anything else in my neck piece.
I do have. I will take it
Mhm.
because I have a +1, not +2.
Mhm.
So
Let me check if I have one though. Anyway, my turn, I presume.
Yes,
Mhm.
it is your turn.
Gonna make 2 attacks with the stick. Oh hell yeah! Get fucked slimes.
But
Uh,
crits, it can't be critted though.
Aw.
Yeah, ooze.
Well,
It
get
still
fucked me,
hits.
I suppose. Anyway, this is electric damage.
We are attacking the one in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move Zach's or rather not move but to back. So 18 and then 21. Yeah, that's enough to like basically reduce this pile of sludge into like dissolve into nothingness as the electricity just burns it.
I feel a bit bad for Azrak as the electric bottle just falls on his head, but such is life sometimes. I feel like I should post this picture.
Yeah. Ooze face huggers.
Mhm.
Alright. That's your turn.
Yes, that's my turn.
Just wait. Hang on a sec.
Alright.
Here you go.
Yeah.
These are both very fitting for the situation.
And I like that both Simple and Zach thought about same thing.
Mhm.
Or rather they
Good
found
old
similar
choice of words.
from
Yep.
the same yeah show.
Mhm.
Good old fashioned early 2000s Nickelodeon.
Yep, getting slimed. Believe it or not, I actually was attendance for a Double Dare episode.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Uh,
Azrak, it is your turn. You are currently
I'm
grappled.
going to attempt to take control of the grapple.
Yeah, you have control. Dealing
Oh, nice damage. Mhm.
dealing 20 points of damage. The creature is still alive. However, yeah, it's like squishing.
So I'm doing more than you.
Mhm.
We're just like wrapped around, crushing each other at the
Yes. Mhm.
Alright. That's your turn.
Mhm.
Alright.
What two big buff guys that really don't like each other are told to make up. So they start to crush each other with hugs.
Yeah, so more like
my
a
love will kill you.
hate fucking version of the Predator handshake or the Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist.
It's about the same.
Mhm.
Like those two have the same vibes. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, more like a hate version. Okay, Azul.
Alright.
Time for Rage Pick.
Yep, it's time to.
And yeah, again, for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna say that if you go large, you're gonna still fit in.
Mhm.
Nah,
The ceiling
I
is
don't
like
really
high
need-
enough.
Mhm.
I don't really need to go large with these guys because I got plenty of tools now.
Mhm.
Alright, so we will start with the top one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That one is being like pulverized into nothingness. As its black sludge like loses cohesion and goes poof. Hold on, because okay, so these two first. Okay, so this one for 21.
Alright.
Continue.
I'm going to use these just in case, and I'm going to use Gourdeless as a precaution.
Alright, yeah. With the last hoof attack, you just like bash it into the ground. Like Gears of War finisher stomp.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm giving it a what's the name? Was it mud stomping.
Alright. Before Cheryuk's turn. Give me a moment. What's the dynamic lightning I saw?
Alright, and I'm gonna turn. I'm turning off my blood rage.
You would see it. You actually might hold on to that. Give me a moment. You actually may roll perception. Just don't roll a 1.
Everyone?
I mean, 0 is the closest, so for now only
Sure.
him.
Yeah,
Roll
give
it.
a second.
Here it comes. You baited
Here it
it.
comes.
Natural 1.
Da da da.
No.
Da.
Okay.
Natural 10.
You hear more like not rumbling, but like the rubble being slightly set aside, and the similar sounds of movement coming from like an ooze. However, this one.